Bhagavatam, Canto 4, The Creation of Fourth Order, Chapter 4, Sati quits her body, verse number 33. Om Narayanam Namaskritam Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jnanamiti Nashtaprayeshu Abhadreshu Nityam Bhavati Sevaye Bhagavati Vattam Sloke Bhakti Bhavati Nastike. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. So verse number 33. I'm sharing my screen, right, Prabhu?
Yes,
Adava
Prabhu. Yeah.
Adavaryuna Shu Yamne Deva Upetra Ojasa Rubavo Nama Tapasa Soma Prapta Sahasrasaha. Synonyms: Adavaryuna by the priest, Brigu, Shu Yamne, oblations being offered, Deva, demigods, Upetha, become manifested, Ojasa, with great strength, Rubhava, the Rubus, Nama, named, Tapasa, by penance, Soma, Praptaha, having achieved, Sahasrasha, by the thousands. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada. When Bhrigu Muni offered oblations in the fire, immediately many thousands of demigods named Rubas became manifested. All of them were powerful, having achieved strength from Soma, the moon. Purport. It is stated here that many thousands of demigods named Rubus became manifested because of the oblations offered in the fire and the chanting of hymns from the Yajurveda. Brahmanas like Bhrigu Muni were so powerful that they could create such powerful demigods simply by chanting the Vedic mantras. Vedic mantras are still available, but the chanters are not. By chanting Vedic mantras or chanting the Gayatri or Rig mantra, one can attain the results one desires. In the perfect age of Kali, it is recommended by Lord Chaitanya that simply by chanting Hare Krishna, one can attain all perfection. Verse number 34. Tairyalata yudai sarve Paramatma saha guhyaka Hanyamane disho bejur Ushadbir Brahma Tejasa. Synonym: by then. Alata Ayudha, with weapons of firebrand. Sarve, all. Paramatma, the ghost. Saha Guhyankaha, along with the Guhyakas. Hanmayana, being attacked. Disha, in different direction. Pages fled. Ushadbhi, glowing. Brahma Tejasa, by Brahmanical power. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace Sri Prabhupada. When the Rubus demigods attacked the ghosts and Guhyakas with half-burned fuel from the Yagna fire, all these attendants of Sati fled in different directions and disappeared. This was possible simply because of Brahma Tejas, Brahmanical power. Purport. The word Brahma Tejas used in this verse is significant. In those days, Brahmanas were so powerful that simply by desiring and by chanting a Vedic mantra, they could accomplish very wonderful effect. But in the present age of degradation, there are no such Brahmanas. According to Pancharakta system, in this age, the entire population is supposed to consist of Shudras because the Brahmanical culture has been lost. But if anyone displays the sign of understanding Krishna consciousness, he would be accepted according to Vaishnava Smriti regulations as a prospective Brahmana and should be given all facilities to achieve the highest perfection. The most magnanimous gift of Lord Chaitanya is that the highest perfection of life is available in this fallen age if one simply adopts the process of chanting Hare Krishna, which is able to bring about the fulfillment of all activities in self-realization. Thus, end the Bhaktivedanta purpose of fourth canto, fourth chapter of Srimad Bhagavatam entitled Shati Fits Her Body. Hare Krishna. So, let's I'll start with Mangalacharan prayers. Om Ajnanantimarandasya Jnananjanchilaka Chikshurunlitamena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha Sri Chaitanya Manobishtam Stapitam Ena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Tatati Swapadantikam Vandeham Sri Guru Sri Utapadalam Sri Guru Vaishnavam Cha Sri Rupam Sagaratam Sagana Raghunathanvitam Sajivam Sa Advaitam Savadutam Parijana Saitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padan Sagana Lalita Sri Vishakhanvitam Sacha हे कृष्णा करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधु जगतपते गोपेशा गोपिका कांता राधा कांता नमोस्तुते तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये ओम वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे. So, so before I start speaking about my relations and about this purpose, I seek all your blessings so that I can deliver the intended message of this verse. And also I seek forgiveness if I deviate from the topic and commit any offenses. So, what we have seen so far in the canto for chapter 4 is Mother Sati goes to her father Daksha sacrifice, and despite Lord Shiva warning her, but yet she attended the her father's sacrifice and is deeply insulted when Daksha disrespect Lord Shiva. So, unable to tolerate this offense towards her husband, she condemned Daksha's arrogance and irreligious behavior. And also feeling ashamed of her connection to Daksha, she decided to give up her body. How? Through her mystic power, she entered a yogic trance and self-immolation in the sacrificial arena. So yesterday we had an opportunity to hear nectar from His Grace Hariparshad Prabhu. But he has touched upon the commentaries of Sridhar Goswami and Sanatan Goswami, explaining on how Mother Sati left her body through yogic fire due to the offenses born of envy towards her husband Lord Shiva, which highlights the danger of disrespecting divine personalities. So he emphasized on central teachings from Haribhakti Vilas that both seeing Lord Shiva and Lord Vishnu as completely different or completely identical is incorrect. He also mentioned that the proper understanding is simultaneous oneness and difference, which is the fundamental of our parampara, the Achinta Veda Veda, right? So here yesterday, I mean, he said like Shiva is a Gunavatar and is the manifestation of Lord Vishnu. So he is worthy of being respected. So Prabhu also touched upon the topic the practices like Mahashivratri um, are optional for Vaishnavas, but may be observed based on traditions or guidance. The key instructions is to never be envious of Lord Shiva. While ancient Vedic mantras could produce tangible effect, such power being belongs to specific ritual qualifications and not the goal of bhakti, which emphasizes devotion over miracles, right? So also Prabhu mentioned about three types of practitioners: karma adhikari, who performs rituals producing rain through mantras, and jnana adhikari pursues impersonal knowledge, and bhakti adhikari cultivates loving devotion for the Lord. So each path has its own powers and goals. Like mystical feats are not the aim of bhakti. But anyways, let's get back to our today's topic. So here in the verse 33 and 34 is been discussed. Like when upon witnessing Mother Sati's self-immolation, Lord Shiva's attendants were shocked, disturbed, uh, dejected, and were quite emotional. So their duty was to protect her, but they felt they had failed. So what exactly did they do? So they reacted immediately, right? So they said, we could not protect her, but we will punish the one responsible. And they rushed forward to attack Daksha. So at this moment, a powerful Brahmana sage, Brigumuni, saw the imminent attack coming. So he responded using mantras from the Yajurveda. The mantras are not just words, they are part of precise spiritual science. They must be chanted correctly. Otherwise, with proper, the mantras has to be chanted properly with proper pronunciation, focus, and following the strict rules. If it is done incorrectly, right, what will happen? The result can completely change the other way, right? So he was able to with his mantras, Brigamuni was able to invoke uh, Rubu demigods who attacked the attendants of Mother Sati with half-burnt fuel from the Yagna fire. So immediately, all of these attendants of Sati fled in different directions and disappeared. So here Bhrigu did not panic what was coming. So, or he didn't react emotionally, right? If you look at the whole scene, if you can envision the whole scene, he did not react emotionally. He acted with knowledge, with calm and patience to mitigate the effect of the destruction. So using the mantras from the Yajurveda, he carefully responded to the situation. So what exactly, what is the difference between the two responses, one from the attendance of Sati and one from Brigumani? So the attendance of Sati action were more of a reaction to the situation. But Bhrigu Mahamuni, on the other side, took a conscious action. So this is very much relevant to us in our day-to-day lives, right? So let me ask you something like, if anyone of you were hurt or got angry because of somebody said to you, like in every day-to-day lives, we might experience at work or at home or uh, or social media websites, or there are many different sources where we might be triggered, right? So uh, basically how we react is what is important. So most of our problems are not because of the situation, but because of our actions to those situations, right? So because we are living in the Kali Yuga, and we might not be able to uh, uh, we will not be able to respond like Brigumini. So because the symptoms of Kali Yuga are being less patient, less patience, getting angry quickly, and always subjected to constant stress and impulsive reactions. These are the very much symptoms of Kali Yuga, right? When somebody says something, we react. Somebody posts something, we react. Or somebody say something wrong about us, we react. So how do we respond? Like, our Krishna conscious teaches us something very deeper, right? In Bhagavad Gita, Krishna teaches us not just how to act, but how to think before acting, right? So next time when these situations arise in our life, day-to-day lives, like, let's take a pause, take a deep breath, and ask yourself whether you are reacting, or whether you are responding with a complete understanding to the situation. So that will completely mitigate the risk of creating a trouble situation for us. So let me quote a couple of examples from the Srimad Bhagavatam. Like, Parikshit Maharaj was unfairly cursed. We all know the story about it, right? But did he react with anger? No. He stayed calm and accepted the situation with maturity, right? Even though he is capable of punishing Shringi, he didn't react. Instead, he accepted the situation with maturity. Because of his mature conscious action, today we are all relishing the nectar of the most confidential transcendental knowledge, right? So there's another example which I would like to quote is the response of Ambarish Maharaj, who was attacked by the Durvasa Muni. Did he fight back? No, not at all. Even though he is much capable of fighting back, he didn't do that. He just remained peaceful and steady, right? So that is the real strength. So not shouting louder or not reacting faster, or but staying calm when it is difficult is is very important. So now the question is, how do we actually do this in our real life? Because it sounds very good at this moment, but it's really hard, right? So this is where the most practical gift of this age comes in. We are in this Kali Yuga, and Lord has simplified everything for us through the teachings of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, right? We were given a very simple process. Chant the holy name. We don't need complicated rituals, or we don't need perfection. Just chant clearly, listen carefully, be present when you are chanting. That's very powerful, because the chanting calms the mind, it reduces the anger, gives a complete clarity, and help us pause instead of react. So next time when you feel triggered, take a pause, and instead of reacting immediately, take a deep breath, remember Krishna, and respond calmly. that will fix so many problems in our life. So the real battle is not outside. The real battle is inside, within our mind. So we have to practice this process very diligently. So today's takeaway points are very simple. Don't react immediately. Learn to pause and think, and chant, practice chanting daily with complete attention, and always try to be spiritually grounded. So I'll just conclude here. Prabhu, please forgive me if I have deviated from any of the topic that was relevant to today's verses. And I'll just open up for the discussion.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Thank you so much for sharing that. I mean, the way Brugumani acted, I mean, right? With the,
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, of course, he's a great Brahmana, and but the kind of back and forth things happened there, right? I mean, it was like completely contradictory to the other example that you gave, right? I mean, Parikshit Maharaj,
Yeah.
right? So, I mean, he did not do it in that way. I mean, he did it in a different way. I mean, he took it on himself. So, yeah, it's.
Yeah, but the thing what we need to observe there is, Prabhu, he was not disturbed with the situation happening around, because when somebody when they are chanting this
Who? Brugumani? Who is not affected?
Bhrigumuni, he was very calm and he was able to invoke the mantras, right? Like somebody rushing towards us, and we might lose our calmness, and we have a tendency of forgetting those mantras, right? And even if we utter something in the something incorrectly, the results could be different. Even at that situation, he was able to calmly recite, invoke the Ajurveda mantras, and he was able to invoke Ribu demigods for their protection. Yeah.
Because he was using those for the other sides. I mean, of course, one is protection. Of course, when there is a protection, there is other side. Some damage is going to happen, right? The destruction of the Lord Shiva's associate.
Yeah.
Thank you, Prabhu. I think the topic, I mean, what at the end you kind of mentioned about responding and all. I mean, of course, they're easy to hear, but to put in practice, major challenge. Thank you for sharing.
Thank you.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, then Pranam. Yeah, very wonderful class. So many nice points with you. Practically, how we have to take care of our surroundings, and also how to respond and not to react, and think before responding also. Those are very nice points, and after a long time I'm listening to you. Hare Krishna.
Thank you. Hare Krishna. So if we don't have any further discussion points, maybe we can conclude here. वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपासिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः।